not true that everyone here knows full well that you're about to watch two grown men get dressed up in 150 pounds of armor, mount on top of their 2,000-pound war horses to line up at each end of this field, turn their horses towards each other, charge full speed, all in the attempt to beat the living snot out of each other for your sick and twisted pleasure. What say you? Well, ladies and gentlemen, you've come to the right place. My name is Shane Adams. I'm captain of the Knights of Valour, and some of you may have seen me on a TV show on History Channel called Full Metal Jousting. Do we have any Full Metal Jousting fans in the audience? Great, 15 people. Awesome. Well, ladies and gentlemen, like I told history, nothing can compare to watching jousting without seeing it live. It didn't matter that we spent millions of dollars trying to capture the sport and put it on TV. Nothing can compare to watching it without seeing it with your own eyes live. And right here inside this Agrodome, as part of the P&E Free Entertainment lineup, you're about to see full contact jousting live. What do you say? Now, ladies and gentlemen, right there, with those voices, you see, it's those voices that lend the strength and courage for these knights to compete in one of the most stupidest sports mankind has ever been crazy enough to invent. Jousting. Well, ladies and gentlemen, jousting is recognized as an elite extreme equestrian sport, one of the most extreme sports in the world. But really, instead of this being the Agrodome, this should be called the Thunderdome, where two men enter and... Thank you very much, sound booth. They'll catch on eventually. Now, ladies and gentlemen, how many of you have seen the Knights of Valour before? All right, on. Thanks for coming back, guys. Thanks. Now, how many of you have never seen the Knights of Valour before? Seriously? Where have all you people been? Ladies and gentlemen, last year, the Knights of Valour brought a national championship, and we were voted back by popular demand here to the P&E for a second year. Well, this year, we brought an even bigger show. Instead of it just being a national championship, we have an intercontinental championship featuring riders from Canada, the United States, and Mexico. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to know from you, and with your voices, tell me, are you ready to meet some knights? Look, I've told you once, nay, I've told you twice, it's your voices and your voices alone that will lend strength and courage to these champions. I can never summon forth these knights of the realm to such a weak and puling cry as that. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to know from you again, do you wish to meet some knights? Then, ladies and gentlemen, on this side here, I love you people! And do you know what? Because I love you so much, I'm going to have you cheer for the Canadian champion today. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to divide this crowd from that section there to that section there. Yes, you people in the nosebleed section. And this side here, you will all be cheering for the champion of Canada. Make some noise! So when the champion of Canada rides in, when the champion of Canada takes his lance, whether it be a hockey stick or a piece of wood, we'll show the world how to use it, and charges down this field against his opponent, how do you intend to cheer on the Canadian champion to victory? All right, not bad. And now, for everyone on that side of the arena, you, ladies and gentlemen, from what I understand, have the privilege. You guys apparently are just super lucky and you get to cheer for the American champion. Hold on everybody. He didn't vote for Trump. Oh, hold on, they're screaming at me in my ear. What do you mean I can't say any Trump jokes? You can't even say the word Trump without it being a joke. Are you serious? The big cheese, he's like a giant Cheeto. See his complexion? It's like a really bad spray tan. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll go ahead and bring in the American right now. He started his jousting career just 2 years ago. And ladies and gentlemen, let it be known that he was already an athlete. You see, he's actually ranked 17th in the world in the mixed martial arts sport of jiu-jitsu. Now, ladies and gentlemen, he traded in his gi, he traded in his gloves for a suit of armor and a lance, and he's been breaking lances ever since. Ladies and gentlemen, from the state of Ohio, raise your voices for the American champion, Sir Larry Dupler! Rides that beautiful Percheron gelding by the name of Valour. Raise your voices for Larry Dupler and Valour! Ladies and gentlemen, again, the team of L&L, Larry and Valour, raise your voices for the American champion. Now, ladies and gentlemen on this side here, are you ready to meet the Canadian champion? Now, you see, unlike Larry's 2 years of jousting, the Canadian, he's had over 18 years in the sport. Now, with that amount of time spent jousting full contact, of course injuries do rack up. Let's see, he's broken his leg, he's broken his foot, he's broken 7 ribs, he's broken his hand 5 or 6 times, he's broken his collarbone. Ladies and gentlemen, he's dislocated his shoulder 26 times. Hey Larry, guess what? He's Canadian and has free health care. Ladies and gentlemen, this next night coming in, recognized as one of the biggest knights in the world, and I do mean by circumference. At over 500 pounds in his suit of armor, that's why we call him the Mountain. Ladies and gentlemen, from Hamilton, Ontario, Canada, make some noise for your champion here today, TJ Duquette! Gentlemen, of course, every warrior needs his minions, and today he's chosen a great big Shire minion by the name of Dane. Raise your voices for the team of D&D, Dane and Duquette! Ladies and gentlemen, these are our warriors. How do you receive them? Give them your voices! Now, ladies and gentlemen, also joining us on the field, and many people ask us, well, where do we get our war horses? Well, some of our war horses come from rescues, some have been saved from slaughter, and others will come from horses that are looking for another job. Just this morning, the Knights of Valour purchased a beautiful gray Percheron by the name of Steele from the Vancouver Mounted Police Unit. He's here now to live his life in a new job of being a war horse. A nice round of applause for Steele. So we're just going to have him out here getting used to the show and everything that goes on. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Now, before we get to all the carnage, the guts, the gore of full contact jousting, we're going to pay tribute to an ancient knightly tradition. Knightly with a K, TJ, I knew it was coming. That's right, you see, back in the days of old, before battle, quest, and tournament, knights would often venture to their own village. They would choose one one lady that they would call their own queen of love and beauty. You see, they'd favor that lady with a rose. They'd fight for that lady's honor, and perhaps die for that lady as well. Apparently, knights were not smart back then. Nothing much has changed. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you see, our knights, they're not carrying weapons of war just yet. Instead, the most powerful weapon indeed, the rose. And it's with this rose that we'll choose from amongst you, good ladies. Or men. Let's face it, this is the 21st century, we're fine with that. One that we will call our own queen of love and beauty this day. So with that said, do we have any single or perhaps unsatisfied housewives in the audience? Your kid was holding up your hand. Oh, that's awesome. Now, Larry, I know you just came up from a tournament in Utah, I think it was. Now, I don't know how it is there, but this is British Columbia, not Utah. You can only choose one. How many does it take for a green card? Just one. Yeah. Larry, of course, looking for that green card for free health care. Nice round of applause for Larry. That's right. If you're looking for a knight in shining armor, go ahead, jump up and down, scream. You can flash him if you want to. Not you, sir. Not you. Thanks a lot for the show, though. Thanks. All right. Oh, perfect. Excellent. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we are, of course, having our knights look for their favors. TJ, did you already choose yours?
Yeah, it was easy. I have over 100.
Oh, yes, all the beautiful women on the side, he said. That's awesome. What is the name of your princess then, TJ? Where is Jennifer? Jennifer, stand up. Wow, what a beauty indeed. Oh, now, Jennifer, you do understand that? Stand up, I said. I've got the microphone, stand up. Now, Jennifer, you do understand the contract that you just entered, right? No, you don't get half of everything. It means that... you're single, aren't you, Jennifer? Yeah, okay, with that attitude, you might be for a little bit longer. Now, with that said, Jennifer, if your knight does well, it's all because of you. However, if your knight loses this joust, Jennifer, yeah, it's all because of you. All right. Now, Larry, have you chosen a favorite? Stand up, my princess. Oh, you are standing. Oh. And what is the name of your princess? The beautiful Princess Lily! Now, Lily, you understand the contract that you've entered? Yeah? Okay. Now, it means if your knight does well, it's all because of you, princess. But if your knight loses this joust, it's all your mummy's fault. A nice round of applause for the two favors here, ladies and gentlemen. Awesome. Now, I know everybody's excited to get into the hard-hitting action of the joust, but what we need to have happen first is a chance for us to warm up the athletes. I do mean the four-legged kind, these horses. Those guys sitting there, they're just a bunch of dummies that get hit by sticks. Of course, our horses have been on display down at Knights of Valour Road, down in the barns, and we need a chance for them to stretch out. So we're going to do 2 games on horseback to allow a chance for the horses to warm up. And to have the games, I need the help of our squires. Squires, please come on out onto the field. Thank you very much, everybody. A nice round of applause for our ground crew. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the first part of these games is called, well, a combination game, where the knights will take blunted spear in hand, and with that blunted spear charge down, trying the spear rings, but not from stance, like they did back then. They put the rings on stands, they try down, go down, get it. Well, this is the 21st century, and we're in Vancouver, and you people are bloodthirsty, aren't you? That's right, so instead of putting the rings on stands, we're going to have our squires hold on to the rings with their bare hands. Yeah, how about a nice round of applause for the 2 high school dropouts holding the rings? That's right, kids, stay in school, and this is where you're going to end up. No kidding. Be careful what you wish for, it might come true. Now, ladies and gentlemen, with that said, the knights, if they get in the ring, that's 1 point. Then the knights will turn the spears around to the sharp end and throw their spears into the targets you see on the field. The red center, that's the bullseye, worth, well, 5 points. The white circle, 3 points. Black circle, 2. And for mere stricken veil, 1 point. The knight with the most points at the end of the 2 passes will be victorious. Who will be victorious? Will it be the Canadian? Or will it be the American? We shall see if you want Larry Dupler to win. Raise your voices for Larry Dupler. He's got a ring. No! I think he bailed it. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, he bailed on that spear throw. Get it? Bailed it. All right, he only has 1 point. Can he add to his score? Raise your voices if you cheer for the American. He's got the ring, the throw. Not bad, Larry, not bad. Riding over here to see where that is at, and it looks like it is in the black, ladies and gentlemen. So he has 1 point on this side, 3 points on that side. 1 plus 3 equals 13. You said 4. Oh, sorry, kid, I went to night school. That was a good one. Here, I got another one for you. Last week, I went to a pub, and I honestly saw a mermaid and a fairy sitting there having a discussion. And the fairy said, "Mermaid, why do you wear seashells?" And the mermaid, without missing a beat, said, "Well, because A shells are too small and darling D shells are just too big." Thank you very much. I'm here all week. All right, in the list right now is the Canadian. Ladies and gentlemen, who thinks the Canadian will win the game? Set, charge it down. He's got the ring. Throw. Bullseye! As simple as that, ladies and gentlemen, TJ, the Canadian with 18 years in the sport, just received 6 points. Now he's going to put the coffin, or the nail in the coffin. Here we go. Set, ready to charge on. Yeah, I forgot the nail. All right. Set, ready to charge on. Raise your voices for the Canadian. Here we go. Oh, he's got the ring. That was so close. The throw in the white. Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the game, the Canadian, TJ Ducat. Now, what do you think? Should we give the American one more chance? I'm not asking you mean Canadians, I'm asking these ones over here. Should we give the American one more chance? Okay, well, we already used spears. We're going to use lances in the joust. What other weapons did knights use back then? Swords. Okay, you know what? We'll have some swords in this next game. You see, in the days of old, knights would take prisoners into the stockade, lash them to a post, take sword in hand, ride down full speed, and wacko! One less prisoner to feed. Well, you see, in this day and age, though, prisoners have rights. So instead of using a prisoner, we shall use one of our high school dropouts. That's right. Now, we're going to put a helmet on top of his head, a little protection. Something his parents should have thought about a long time ago, apparently. And if you kids know why that's funny, you have really bad parents, all right? Now, on top of that helmet, we're going to place a melon. That's right, it's a real melon. Throw it up in the air, David, for me. You see, it's not pre-cut or anything. All right, put that on top of his head. The knights are going to come down with sharp sword in the attempt to not to just cut the melon in half. Let's face it, that's a little bit too easy. So instead, we're going to award victory to the knight who's able to cut that melon closest to the squire's head without turning him into diced fruit. What do you say? All right, Larry Dupler has his sword. Larry ready to charge on. Raise your voices for Larry Dupler! Slices that melon just mere centimeters from the top of the helmet. Yeah, go ahead and put that back on there. Put that right back up on top. That's right. Remember, now the mountain is smaller. Chris, Squire Chris, do me a favor, put your hand in such a way to protect yourself, please. It's his only friend. All right, TJ Duquette coming into the list. He is going to take the sword. The only way TJ can win this game is by cutting that melon. Can he do it? Now kids, remember, disclaimer, do not try this at home. Go to grandma's house instead. Charging down, here it goes, TJ Duquette! Oh! Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of both games here this afternoon, TJ Duquette, the Canadian! Now, ladies and gentlemen, you didn't come here to watch mere Squire games, did you?
No.
No? What did you come here to see? Well, the horses are warmed up, the knights are ready, the squires are ready. Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready for full contact jousting? Knights held up and prepare to charge on. Ladies and gentlemen, this is where our show turns to the real thing. What you're about to see, however, is not just, well, a dinner show, some theatrical event. However, if you want to go out and get some Henry's chicken from over there in the barbecue area, come on back in and eat it with your hands. You can pretend you're at a dinner show, but you're not going to watch something choreographed. You're going to watch real, full contact jousting. You see, in theatrical jousting, the lances, they're made of the balsa wood, or cut and drilled and made to break on impact. Well, in our style, our knights are going to be bolting onto their breastplates a gridded grandguard and buff, and that gridded grandguard is the target. And when these solid 11-foot-long, inch and 5/16 Douglas fir lances hit those targets, these knights are going to receive upwards of 5,000 pounds of force, boom, right to the chest. Thank you, sound crew, I appreciate that. Now, for those of you who do not understand it, you have to imagine these horses, well, they're 2,000 pounds. A knight in armor on top of them, that's close to 500 pounds. That's 2,500 pounds charging down this list at a speed of 30 kilometers an hour against the same opposing force. So what you're going to see here today is, well, 5,000 pounds of force at a combined speed of 60 kilometers an hour. The demolition derby of the medieval ages! Make some noise! Now, ladies and gentlemen, when these lances hit with that much force, broken lances can fly into the audience. So if you see a broken lance piece coming at you, it really is a broken lance piece coming at you. Protect yourselves, hold up a small child and use them as a shield. We can make more. That's right. Or hold on to the ones you love dearly. Now, with that said, if a lance flies into you, the audience, and you get impaled by a broken lance, you can keep it as a souvenir. However, if you want to get one the easy way, come and see us back at Knights of Valour Row. There you can buy a broken lance piece for a mere $5 donation, and of course get it signed by the knights at the end of the show. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this, of course, sport that most people think is some barbaric thing. All we're trying to do is unhorse our friends to the ground below. Well, you're right, we are, as that's the most amount of points. 1 point for a touch to that gridded grand guard. 5 points should a knight strike on target, breaking his lance in front of the van plate. That's the handle that they hold. And then ultimately, if a knight strikes with enough force to unseat his opponent to the ground below, that should be worth 10 points and perhaps victory here this day. Now, on this end here, riding this beautiful black Percheron by the name of Lavon, raise your voices for Larry Dupler! And the squires now finishing up with the man riding that beautiful bay shire with the 4 white socks. All the way from Hamilton, Ontario, Canada, TJ Duquette! All right, ladies and gentlemen, knights will be entering into the joust list. Now remember, the louder you cheer, the harder and faster these horses will go. The louder you cheer, the harder these knights will hit. And you want a fast, hard-hitting joust, do you not? Yeah! Knights, receive your lances! Knights, receive! Knights, coming about! And the crowd goes crazy! Holy crap! Wow! Ladies and gentlemen! Is this not what you come here to see? Are you not entertained? Like a tooth out of a hockey player, the American shoots off the back of his horse, hits the ground below, but he broke his lance on target. 5 points for Larry Dupler. TJ Duquette, still on his horse, receives 10 points for the unhorsing. Make some noise! Larry right back up on his horse. Ladies and gentlemen, it takes an MMA star to be able to take that amount of force and hit and get back up on his feet. And that's exactly what he's just done. Back up on his horse. It looks like we're going to have some more. Do you want to see it? All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Larry Dupler entering back into the list. He's going to get his horse turned about. Who here cheers for the Canadian? Who cheers for the American? Who doesn't really care? They just want to see these guys hit each other! Squires resetting the joust list. Thank you very much, Squires. Squires doing a great job down here. Of course, that joust list is set up so these knights can drop their reins and the horses hopefully still go in a straight line. That way the horses don't receive any impact force on the mouths. Knights receive. Knights coming about. And the crowd goes nuts. Holy cow. Okay, now, ladies and gentlemen, this is actually a unique situation. Larry Dupler hit on target, shattering his lance. He gets 5 points. The Canadian, however, was off target. No points for the Canadian, which means we are now at a tie. 10 points to 10 points. Again, that target area is the gridded grand guard. TJ was down low into the belly. It missed the target area. But because Larry Dupler struck on target, as you can see right there, used that 1,800 pounds of force to break that lance, he is now tied up the score. Ladies and gentlemen, as soon as Larry gets back up on this horse, you guys got to go nuts. Wow! We're at a tie here right now. I got to look up at the sound booth, see what time we have. Okay, we're running short here, ladies and gentlemen. We have enough time for one pass. I have to ask you, ladies and gentlemen, shall we break this tie? What say you? Should this be sudden death? Maybe not a good term to use in the sport of full contact jousting. Ladies and gentlemen, say it. One more pass. Getting ready to receive their lances. Knights receive. Knights coming about. And the crowd goes wild! Oh! Ladies and gentlemen, TJ Duquette George A. Full Contact Jouster. Go to Vimeo On Demand there to watch Knights of Valor's new show called Tilt. Go to Vimeo On Demand to watch Tilt. Now, ladies and gentlemen, did you enjoy the show? Do you want to see more? Then come back at 7 o'clock. Until then, I want to thank our operations crew up there in the booth on the sound. That's Mama T, mixing it up on the wheels of steel, playing those awesome music vibes. That's DJ Showgirl Sarah. And ladies and gentlemen, if you want